Good morning, mountain bikers. I'm Chris Wessels, and you are watching MTV Trail Review. What's up? Today, we are back at Snow Summit for my first time in 3 years. Rob's first time in a year.
Yep, I think so.
Jacob's first time in 4 years.
4 years.
Yeah.
And Tyler's first time in all of his years.
And his first time mountain biking ever. And he's crushing it.
So I was originally going to do a whole bunch of full pulls to show you guys the trails, but I think this video already changed into what it's like to come back to Snow Summit after a long time.
It's fun because you don't have to pedal uphill.
It's fun.
That's the bottom line.
It's also a little scary, if I'm being completely honest.
It is a lot scary.
So, enjoy the ride.
Before we talk about the trip as a whole and what it was like to come ride Summit after a 3-year hiatus, I first want to show you Turtle Trail, specifically this section, because I have never seen these berms in such great condition. This is the first time I've been able to really let go of the brakes and just go.
Yeah! God, that berm's good!
So a big thank you to the trail crew at Snow Summit for keeping these trails in such amazing condition. Also, a big thank you to Fox, who is sponsoring Snow Summit and also hooked us up with tickets for this day.
Woo.
Now for the rest of the trails. We started with a warm-up lap with Blue Steel into Middle Miracle Mile, into Turtle, and then we did the same lap and then took Miracle Mile all the way down after Blue Steel ended. The last time I was at Snow Summit, Blue Steel did not exist, so this was my first time riding it. And it only took one run to make Blue Steel one of my new favorite trails. Don't get me wrong, Party Wave is a blast, but Blue Steel is much longer, and it has so many more jumps. Though not as big, you get a lot more bang for your buck before you hit the lift again.
Overshot that.
And if you're newer to jumping, this is the perfect trail for you to practice on, because it has some progression within the trail. All of the jumps are tabletops, and then on some of them, to the left or right side, they have little kickers, also known as tombstones, that you can hit that will give you a little bit more pop or will add a little bit more distance to the jump. Blue Steel also has a smaller version of the wall rides on West Ridge. Though not as fun, it's still a good intro to wall rides, and it's still a wall ride. Wall rides are fun. Once the trail starts to kind of come to an end, you'll find that it puts you right next to Party Wave. And then you have the option of kind of kicking into Party Wave and going into the Muscle Beach section of tabletops, or you can continue going straight into what used to be the old Party Wave, but is now still considered to be Blue Steel. Both sections are a blast, and each time I hit this crossroads, I had a little trouble deciding which one I wanted to do. For this lap, we decided to continue straight to hit the speedy berms and the shark fin, and then continue under the bridge to head towards Miracle Mile. it's been a while since you've been up, you'll find that this section has also been redesigned. They added a big hip, as well as an optional hip once you go under the bridge, right next to a tabletop. These tabletops are a lot more fun than they used to be, and while I didn't get the courage to hit the big hip on the right, I think I might on the next trip. From this point, you can continue into Turtle Trail, or you can drop into the middle section of Miracle Mile. I prefer Miracle Mile, as it's a lot more technical, a little faster, and honestly it's kind of in better shape. Upper Turtle was feeling a little bit rough. Miracle Mile is one of those trails that I always wanted to like, but I was never that good at riding tech. On this trip, Miracle Mile kind of rose to the top of the list for me. I think all of the coaching sessions that I've had, as well as, my new bike, which really isn't that new anymore, combined with the practice that I've had riding, have just made this trail a lot more accessible and a lot more fun. Whew. Except for the step down. I could not clear that thing for the life of me. I kept washing out in the corner, and it was really frustrating. But that's okay. That's one more thing that I can progress on my next trip. At this point, you can either drop into Turtle Trail or you can continue down Miracle Mile. We were kind of alternating between the two because the berms on Turtle, as you saw earlier, are so good. But this section is also so much fun. This particular section of trail used to be pretty scary for me. I've crashed here several times, and just the amount of chunk in tech and loose tech was really kind of unnerving for me in the past. But today I was just feeling confident. And once again, I think that goes back to what I was talking about earlier with the coaching sessions, all of the practice that I've had, and I think the bike is also very helpful, which is interesting because it's a short travel bike compared to the enduro bike that I used to bring here.
Oh, that's sketchy. Whew. Oh man, I almost lost it.
Next, it was time to hit Party Wave. And honestly, I was kind of avoiding it because I was scared of the 650B jump. Once again, it's been 3 years since I've been here, but I haven't hit any jumps this size since the last time I was here. Going into it, I was pretty sure I was going to hit it, but I was still feeling nervous. While that was less than ideal, I was still pretty happy about it, because I had never hit this jump before, and I was really, really scared of it in the past. I hit Party Wave, 3 times on this trip.
That's sketchy.
And each time I did hit the jump and I got closer and closer to clearing it, but I was never quite successful. It was almost like the Sky Park situation all over again when they changed up the jumps on Neverland. That said, my confidence was growing each time, and I know on my next trip I'm going to be able to clear it no problem. I also had the goal of hitting the jump at the beginning of Miracle Mile, which I think is called Hot Donna, and I did it. I hit that one, and I actually hit that one cleaner than the jump on Party Wave, which is interesting because that jump is bigger. But, of course, at that point I'd taken the camera off, I don't have it on video, you're just going to have to take my word for it. While Muscle Beach was far from perfect, that was probably cleaner than I ever hit it in all of my previous trips. So no complaints there. And now, it was time to hit Westridge. This was probably my 6th or 7th run. And at this point, if I'm being completely honest, I was getting tired, and hitting Westridge probably wasn't the best idea. But I wanted to get it on film. I also wanted to roll through it and look at all the new features. This is about the point where I realized exactly how tired I was getting. So I decided that I was going to take it easy after the wall rides and just kind of roll through. If I cleared it, I cleared it. If I cased it, I cased it. And as you'll see through the video, I started to go slower and slower, case things more and more, and just started to look more and more lethargic.
Oh shit, that's big.
Now, if you haven't been since they added this new section, this stuff is big. It's really big. And I think with several runs and a little bit more confidence, maybe another trip or two up here, I could probably clear some of these. I don't know if I can clear that big one. It's huge. But for this trip, the primary goal was to not get hurt, as I was about to go on vacation with the family, and I didn't want to be on vacation in a cast. So I was not in the full send mindset. I was in the play it safe and make sure you don't break your collarbone today mindset. So that was Snow Summit for me after a 3-year hiatus. It was super fun. I'm sad that it's been this long since I've been, and I'm hoping I get back a couple more times this season. If you have any questions about the changes or any of the trails of Snow Summit, especially the ones that I didn't get to put on video this time, ask me in the comments, because I did ride everything and I will be more than happy to share my thoughts with you. As always, thanks for hitting the trails with me today, and I'll catch you on the next one.